Hey, what's up guys, Pelican here, back with another video. And this is really just going to be me going over a lot of the best cards. Really just the chase things that you want to get out of this upcoming set, Genesis Impact. One thing I really do like is, it's like I think it's called a Build-A-Deck set, whatever they're called. And, you're able to get, there's 3 different decks from that set that you're able to actually create if you really want to. And it does give support as well. So, for example, there's Drytron, which, they reprinted Cyber Emergency, and which is really good. That card for one needed a reprint to make it a little more, like, I guess I could say casual and stuff like that. Now it was something I was looking forward to as well, because I didn't want to spend $11 each on, like, it was like for a set of, well, it was $11 each for like an ultra rare, and I'm like, I didn't want to do that. Drytrons, so if you're not aware of them, they're basically a new ritual deck. And the whole deck itself revolves around, using 2 monsters to go ahead and create your whole board. So, for example, all the Drytrons are level 1, and they all have 2k attack. So how the ritual spell works is you can ritual summon a monster by attributing monsters who have its attack equal or more to it. And that was really free as well, which is really nice. Because they have a 4k guy that non-targets bounces to by banishing Drytrons from their grave. I think it's any monsters. I don't think you have to banish Drytrons specifically, but I know that it's really broken in itself, and that's one thing I do like about it actually. How does this interaction work? Buster Blader versus the Zombie World? I'm not sure. But they also can utilize stuff like Cyber Angel Ben 10, which conveniently was reprinted in there too. Because that can also, I think it searches any fairy monster. So when I in my build, which I have to update, I was playing Honest, but now we're gonna be playing Herald in it because Herald's broken in that deck. It's so free, it's disgusting, and I cannot wait to play the deck in real life. I did order a bunch of the cards already, so I'm waiting for them to come in the mail and stuff like that. But yeah, and the next thing really is it's Magistus. So I think it's a deck that's going to be really good for later. I think it's definitely not awful to pick up now because they're all going to be relatively cheap. But they do have a Link 1 who's pretty good, and they're using that instead of the Alistair stuff. Just because she's it's like a spellcaster that you can just link the Alistair off into instantly. And she's really good generic Link 1 support. I know that much. And, the deck doesn't look awful, but it just looks like it just doesn't do enough. They do have their own generic search card, which is really cool, and I'm really happy about that because it makes, the whole deck a little bit more consistent and stuff like that. But like I said, I think it's just missing, way too much for me to want to really play the deck as of right now, unfortunately. But in the future, I definitely look forward to, playing it. So he already drew the trap cards? That card sucks. Oh, another one, thanks. Scary cards. But yeah. I'm really looking forward to that set, and this deck, the set also has a lot of reprints, but we're gonna go over that in a moment as well. So the other set that I'm really, or other cards I guess that I looking forward to is the Evil Twin Sisters, whatever they're called. It's a pair of monsters that they summon each other for free, and then the Link monsters summon each other for free. And if you have one on the board when you summon them, they get special effects. I think the blue one pops a card, and the red one draws one, or it might be vice versa. But they're pretty good fiend cards as well, so they work really well in Unchained, because since you get the free pop, you get to pop like a set card, and then you get to summon an Unchained, summon the purple girl. It's a whole bunch of shenanigans. I have most of it already. I'm just missing the, it's like an ultra rare, I believe. And that's really just what I'm waiting for. I'm about to tribute that guy. If this card works like how it's supposed to work. There you go. Yeah, he's like, oh wait, that's vampire sucker. But yeah, they look really good, and like the art for all of it's really nice. They're based off like live streamers, Twitch streamers, all that stuff, which I thought was kind of funny. And I'm a big fan of that, and I really like that. I thought that was, I guess it's more like pandering, honestly. But it's something, it's not a bad thing. I definitely think it's going to be a really fun thing to look forward to. In all honesty, and I'm gonna definitely play the deck when I get everything. I'm just, like I said, missing some of the extra deck. I'm missing like 2 of the red one for the extra deck and 1 of the blue one. I think they're definitely going to have a later impact on the meta. Not right now, unfortunately, because we have insanely good decks that need to get hit by the ban list. But I really, in all honesty, I do think the Drytron is going to be a very competitive deck, and I'll be playing that a lot at locals, so get prepared to see that, because that's really what you're going to be seeing. Oh wait, okay, so how does this work? This is what I was talking about earlier. But there is a lot of good reprints, like Ben 10, for example, was a really good reprint. Performance Damage Juggler was pretty good. Was it Hat Tricker? Yeah, Hat Tricker was in there as well. And Nightmare Unicorn, Phoenix, and what was the last one? I pulled like a bunch of them. Griffin. You know, Nightmare Phoenix being a relatively expensive card. Not Phoenix, Jesus. Nightmare Unicorn being a relatively expensive card was also, in my opinion, like not a big problem, but it was something that, you know, I wasn't exactly a fan of myself. Because, you know, I felt like this card definitely should not have been as much as it was. If I'm, like, being honest with you. Oh, it's because this is on the field first, so therefore... Okay. Yeah, so since this is on the field first, so this... Oh, wait, it still becomes a dragon. Huh. Hold on. Let's get rid of this, I guess. This does nothing for me now. I could have set this, but it's whatever. But Nightmare Unicorn being a... not OCG, but, you know... not OCG, but, like... Yes? Special summon one zombie monster. Let's just get the boys out, you know? But Nightmare Unicorn, it was like an $8 ultra rare. You know, it was a little harder for like the more casual players to get to, and I hate saying that. You know, it wasn't exactly like pretty expensive, but you know, for like a kid with no job, you know, needing something like that. You know, I was looking at TCG, and on TCG, it's like it's $1.25. You know, just to get the rare. And I'm like, you know, that's pretty good, and I like that they're doing that because, you know, that's not something that Konami, you know, usually does. I get the card. I guess the card's been out a while, but, you know, usually we don't get, like, really good reprints like that from, like, the Megaton or something like that. And with how the Megaton's been acting up recently, you know, we've been getting crazy stuff in the Megatons. And honestly, like, if you remember the last one, we had, like, Appaloosa, Oral Savage, Extravagance. I was kind of mad about the Extravagance, to be honest with you, but, you know, it's whatever. I have my set of secrets, so I don't really mind it too much. But, yeah. That's really it for the video. You know, those are really the cards that I think are going to be, like, I guess, you know, the stuff you really would want to pick up. Personally, I think picking up the cores is probably a very good idea, and, like, other cards you may not have had before, like the super rare Cyber Emergency, all that good stuff. But, yeah, see ya.